Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
And tonight we're talking about The Outpost.
Season 2, Episode 3, Not in This Kingdom.
Yeah. It was a pretty good episode.
It was pretty good.
Granted, there's not entirely a lot to talk about.
No, there's not.
Gwen finally said no to the dick.
Yeah.
Like a definitive no.
No.
So kind of left wondering what he's gonna do now.
Garrett is alive!
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Hey, after what I've had to experience with something else, I'm just happy that he's actually alive, okay?
Yeah.
I was starting to doubt it there for a second.
I wasn't. I've seen enough of everything.
Well, I think I have too, but apparently...
Yeah. But in that specific case, it was, like, said to be true by everyone in the cast and the director.
Yeah.
And the writer or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But in other cases, they usually kind of just play with it. Well, I don't know. You'll have to watch and see.
Yeah.
But
and then that's when they don't have the body.
Mm-hmm. But the instance you're talking about is it's been definitively stated.
Yeah.
No, Fool's dead.
Yeah.
But in every other show where they may or may not be dead, you'll have to wait and see.
Right.
Like,
I mean, I was starting to get, like, really nervous because, like, we weren't seeing him, you know, and I was just, I don't know, like, I was getting a little bit of doubt. Like, I didn't want it to be true, and I was hoping it wouldn't be. But I was still kind of like, well, maybe he is, or what if he is, you know? And I'm like, that would just be my luck, right? Another character that I really like on something is actually dead. And it's only 2 episodes into the freaking season.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but at least he's still alive.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, if you ever watched Game of Thrones, you'd just be used to it.
Yeah, and then I would invest myself and I'd be pissed off because everybody that I like dies.
Well, only to a certain point, and then, like, no one dies forever. And then, like, 1 or 2 more people die, and then it's, like, over.
Yeah.
And then there's the Great War, and then lots of people die in the war, but that's a war, you expect it.
Right.
And then you know, they get the seat of power, so.
Mm-hmm.
The Iron Throne. But, you know what?
Yeah.
But, yeah, there were some times when characters were dead, or where they weren't dead, or where they were dead but not dead at the same time, or where they were dead but they came back later. Like,
Yeah.
So I would, and in each instance, it's like, oh, we don't know. You have to watch and see.
Right.
Even if you knew they were dead, it was like someone asked the dumb question, and they're like, "You'll have to wait and see."
You'll just have to watch. That's the whole point.
Right. So.
That's the whole point of getting you to continue to go back to it, is to see if they died or not.
Right. And the actor that plays Garrett wouldn't have gotten on what was it, Twitter?
Yeah.
And said, well, I won't be live tweeting because we all know Garrett's dead. Like, he wouldn't have said that, like, if it was true.
Yeah.
Because that's just feeding into the fire of hatred that the fans would have if it was true.
Yeah.
So I don't think that the company or his agents or the company or the show or anyone would allow him to write that if Garrett had actually been dead.
Yeah.
So that's why I knew he was alive, not just because there was no body, but everyone, like...
Well, I mean, we saw him get stabbed.
Yeah, but there was no body when his dad got there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I had small doubt last week, but then there was no body. And I'm like, fool's alive. Like, there's no body.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be there.
But I mean, seeing him, like, in this episode and, like, seeing him alive, like, just the fact that we saw him and knew for certain that he was alive just made me feel better. Because I was like, okay, thank God he's alive. Like, you know, I don't have to freaking worry anymore.
Yeah.
So, for me, that was what I needed. I needed to see him actually alive. To be like, okay, I'm okay with it now.
Right. Okay. Let's leave Garrett for a minute and go back to unless you want to finish talking about Garrett and then go back to them.
I don't care. What do you want to do?
I guess we can finish talking about Garrett.
Okay.
So I thought that his nurse, like, I did at first, like I was saying when we were watching it, I didn't really expect her to have feelings for him. The way she was treating him, I was like, she has a history with him. Like, it might be before he was born, like a history with her, with his dad or his family in general.
But then once she said that he reminded her of someone, I was thinking in my head, I was like, her husband?
Right.
I was like, a husband who died?
Uh-huh.
And then she said that, and I was like, yep.
Right? But this freaking effer goes and pulls the... I never saw that coming.
Me either.
Like, she was wholeheartedly going up against the dude. Like, get the hell out of my, like,
and
office.
he was, like, beating him to a freaking pulp. And I'm like, you're gonna freaking kill him.
Yeah.
Like, stop it.
Yeah.
Like, in my head the whole time he was, like, punching him in the stomach, I'm like, for freaking, just stop! Like, it was bothering me.
Dude, like, I feel that, like, when he had him down in the cell in the first part, that he said something that signaled to her that it was time to come in. That it was all planned. That he was going to go there, take him, put him in the cell, and start beating on him. And then he would give the code phrase, and she'd come in and, you know, do you want me to get the 3 down here, blah, 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 you know.
Yeah.
And take him back up. But, like, instead of her just rushing in at that moment, it was probably something he said that triggered that motion. I mean, yes, I get it. It's a show. That was actually her cue to come on screen.
Right.
But, I mean, like, if you're thinking in terms of it not being a show.
Right.
Like, if this was real, and he said a certain phrase in there that made her come in, you could see how at the end that would have been the case.
Right.
Because she wouldn't want to come in and ruin what they were doing.
Yeah.
So there had to have been a code phrase or word that he said that would signal to her that she had to come in and take him back.
Right. And
make it look, you know.
Authentic.
Yeah.
Or realistic or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was just like, what?
Right?
Like, is she just pretending that he's her husband in front of the 3? Are they actually married? I was like, what the hell? Like...
So wait, Garrett reminds you of him? No. She's a really good actor. What the hell does she see in him?
I have no idea.
He's ugly AF.
I don't know.
And
Garrett is very, very handsome.
Right?
I was like, what's not to like?
I mean, she probably enjoyed that kiss more than
because when she kissed him, I was just kind of like rolling my eyes, like, oh,
right?
You know,
why is there another one?
Because then she was like, it's like a square now, and I was like, son of a bitch,
it's a love square.
And then I'm just like, well, the CW likes to do that stuff, so
they like triangles
and squares.
Squares are very few and far between.
True, they are. But yeah, and then she was like, "Why does it have to be another one?" And I was like, "Well, what's not to like?"
Yeah. Why does there have to be another one?
I mean,
like
I agree, but I mean,
right? Boy, be fine.
you know.
Yeah. But then we find out she doesn't actually care for him. She's just trying to mind F him.
Yeah, they're
and
all
by
trying
that
to
we
mind F
mean
him.
like
they're trying to use the Jedi mind trick on him.
yes, yes. You hate your girlfriend. You want to kill your girlfriend? Give us what we need.
Is that actually what they did?
No.
No, I mean on the Jedi mind trick.
Oh, the hand thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are not the droids you're looking for. These are not the droids we're looking for.
So it's kind of
Move
like a hypnotized thing. More or less.
I think the hand gestures allow them to focus their energy.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like you may not understand this reference, but Naruto, they have chakra, which is energy that flows within them.
Yeah.
They use hand signs to create, to do the signs that would allow them to do a certain jutsu or ability.
Okay.
And that's just so that they can focus their abilities in such a manner, because I don't know what it is about focusing on your
hand symbols.
Your hand symbols and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just fucking around with most of that shit wasn't even real. But I do know some of the hand signs for Naruto. I love the show. But it allows them to breathe fire.
Do not walk across.
Right?
No. Nobody. No.
I guess be a good boy.
No.
For once in your life.
Come here.
Oh! So, like that, or like on Avatar. Did you ever watch Avatar?
I actually saw a couple episodes of Avatar.
Okay.
Avatar.
Well,
a couple days ago.
You know how they were controlling the waves or
the last
air, or
they're all benders. They all have an ability. But
they have a certain stance that they usually get in first, and then the way they move their body that allows them to use their ability into a specific action.
Okay.
And that's more or less.
Yeah. That's cool.
What kind of like the Jedi thing.
Yeah. Well, because there was a TV show I saw one time where they mentioned the Jedi mind trick, and so that's why I was they're basically doing what they're doing the same thing to him. Mind effing is pretty much the same as a Jedi mind trick.
Right, but a Jedi mind trick only works on the weak-willed.
Okay. But right now he is in a weak position.
Yes.
So he is weakened.
And it's suggestive. It's not they're not taking over.
Yeah.
It's suggesting. That might not be your cat. That might not be my cat.
Yeah, they do that to make you think in your head that is true.
But then maybe after a certain amount of time you look at him and it's no, you're shit out of luck, that's my cat.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know how long it would take or if it does work.
Yeah.
But they can't change your entire mindset or belief. So I think this is more like conditioning. I mean, that's what it is conditioning.
Yeah.
In which they're going to condition him to turn against her.
Yeah.
Like in Hunger Games. When the Capitol took PETA and they And then when the Resistance got Peeta back and he was scared of Katniss and tried to kill her, it's because he was conditioned to be afraid of her, even though he loved her.
Yeah.
Like, he loved her desperately.
Right.
But the sight of her scared him to the point that he thought she was going to kill him.
Yeah, because of how he was conditioned.
Right. And that's what they're doing to get
him.
Like, no, she's moved on from you. She doesn't care about you. She's not the real queen.
Right.
You know, like, eventually they'll get there if they had pictures and stuff and were more advanced in their technology. They could probably do this a lot faster.
Right.
But yeah. So that's basically what they're doing. They're pulling a Peeta. Whether or not they send him back there to infiltrate would be a very smart idea. But I think Talon would be able to see right through it.
And then she would be like, Garrett!
Right. Garrett! I might care for you, but you're not yourself. I think Brewer would notice it first.
Janzo, yeah.
So I think that's a great segue.
Well, because he's so infatuated with her.
Yeah. I think that's a great segue into talking about the Outpost characters now.
I mean, we were still talking
about... Well, no, I mean, like, the characters living at the Outpost. So, like we said in the beginning, Gwen finally said F you to the Baron guy. Yeah.
I'll say it, I don't care. He's a dickwad.
He is. Dude, every time I see him... Okay, every time he opens his mouth to hit on a girl, which is every time he opens his fucking mouth, it drives me up the damn wall. Like, I can't even. Like, I cannot stand him. I think... Okay.
I love that you said I can't even.
Girl, I can't even right now. Like, oh my gosh. I, like, can't even. But I don't know if the writers mean for him to hit that nerve for everyone. Like he's hit for me.
Yeah.
But I do understand that they wanted him to be annoying and, you know, everything that he is. But I don't know if they wanted him to hit the, I can't even with you right now, you mother, like, all the fracking cuss words in the damn universe, right? Like, that is how much I hate his character. Like,
maybe it's not a lot, I don't know.
I don't know, like, it's, I mean, there's other galaxies, there's got to be actual beings living on them. They've got to have cuss words.
Probably all vocabularies and dialects and languages have their own.
But damn, like, I can't. I'm glad he only had that one scene. But
trying to look for a gift that said I can't even, but that's okay.
Oh my gosh. Let's talk about Janzo. and his...
Well, that Gwen, what's her name? Naya? That girl that works for Gwen.
Yeah, the betrayer.
Yeah, she's pushing it. Like, the thing that I don't like about it is that, okay, so maybe Talon does deserve to have some romance and love or whatever. But I don't like that, like, it's being forced upon her.
Well, it's not being forced upon her. They're just trying to make things happen.
Yeah.
They can't make anything happen.
They're trying to make something happen that might not necessarily happen because you can't force somebody to fall in love with you.
Right. I mean, it might not happen strictly because she doesn't feel that way about him. Or maybe she does and it will happen. Yeah. Like, either way, it doesn't matter. It's just the fact that Gwen thinks that she can create a situation in which, like, oh, there's only one other guy besides Garrett in Talon's life. Like,
yeah. This must be the guy for her. Let's hook them up together.
Because I want Garrett for
likes
myself.
You. Yeah, he clearly likes you.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he does doesn't mean she does.
Right.
It could be one-sided.
Yes, the unrequited love. Which is what the betrayer,
Maya,
does not deserve a name. The betrayer, the traitor, feels for Janzo.
Yeah.
Unrequited. It might not be love specifically.
You saw how she looked when he was saying the stuff about her eyes. Like, she totally was getting into it.
Yeah, and then he said squashed beetles.
Yeah.
And she was like...
And blood when it's, like, dry or whatever.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, no, I'm out.
Yeah. Like, I'm okay. I'd be okay with it, even though she's a betrayer. Like, I'd be okay with him or her and Janzo.
Yeah. It's just, I need her to be found out, or she needs to come clean.
Yeah.
I would rather her come clean.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't need another Kara thing.
Lena situation.
Yes, Kara-Lena situation.
Because after a while, it's going to come out.
Yeah, and I don't want it to come out in a similar way that it did with Kara and Lena.
I mean, you can only keep a secret for so long before it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep. So I'm just like, I liked her in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Before we found out she was betraying everyone.
Yeah.
And when I saw the way she looked at Janzo, I was like, oh my gosh, this is totally the future. They're going for this.
Right.
Oh, but now I'm just like, Janzo deserves a happy ending.
He does. He deserves happiness.
Okay, she can be redeemed, in which point she will deserve happiness and a happy ending, but currently she does not.
Like Regina.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I didn't think she could be redeemed. No. She was evil AF, man. I hated her.
Yeah.
But she redeemed herself. And she got...
It took a long-ass time.
It did. But she still got a happy ending, eventually.
Yeah. And the time was needed. It was necessary for her to take that long.
So, because that other black blood killed that girl, the Dragmere, she's still out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
She just left.
Yeah.
So Talon still isn't the only one.
No. But, I mean, if you're looking at it as she's the only good one,
then yeah.
I mean, I understand the way the other one feels.
Yeah.
Like...
I understand it, but I don't agree with it.
And she was betrayed by her people.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone, all the warriors on that side were betrayed by her people.
Mm-hmm.
Betrayed by their own people.
Yeah. Do you think that Talon's laugh was a nervous laugh, or do you think that she was, like, genuinely thinking that he was just being really weird?
She was genuinely thinking he was just being really weird.
Yeah. Because I genuinely don't think that she feels the same way about him that he feels about her.
No.
And I don't think that it's going to change just because he's trying to be different and to dress better and, like, be, you know, a different person. Like, I don't think that even if he tries to do that, it's not going to impress her enough to make her change her mind about him.
Right.
I don't think that she's going to be okay with something like that, at least with another person, until she knows Garrett's fate. And until she knows that he's okay and she can resolve her feelings or, you know, express her feelings, then, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's why I mean, I wouldn't care if Danzo and Talon were the couple that they go for, but I just don't think that
it needs to be done realistically.
Yeah, and I don't think that they can do it that way right now.
No, he would have to be this version of himself.
Yeah.
For a lot longer period.
Right, and I mean,
she still sees him as the dorky little guy.
Yeah, and he still is very awkward with his, like, you know.
Oh, I hope that doesn't change.
Everything. No, I don't either.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you know, that's part of what makes him who he is, and it makes him endearing and everything.
Right.
But I think that, like, it's nice to be able to see them be friends. Mm-hmm. Like, I know people always say, oh, you know, you can't just be friends with somebody of the opposite sex and all that. I mean, okay, maybe it's true to an extent. But I think that it is possible to just be really close with them and not be romantically involved.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it can work.
It can.
And like I said, I don't think that she's going to want to be with anybody else until the stuff with Garrett is figured out.
Right.
Because she still has unresolved feelings for him.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't know if he's alive or dead.
Right.
So until she knows that and possibly deals with her feelings for him, she's not going to want to be with anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. The note in the Dragonman's hand. Mm-hmm. What do you think? Do you think the evil bitch put it there? Or do you think the child held on for one last glimpse of hope?
I think the latter. I think she might have held on for one last glimpse of hope and maybe had that before she got killed.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong. I want to think that.
Right.
But
your butt's in the camera, Cat.
Sorry. But yeah, like, I think that she should take the risk. Mm-hmm. Because
either way, she needs to take the risk.
Yeah.
Like, if it comes out and the black blood that comes out with this demon, or Akari, or whatever they're called, right? Mm-hmm. If the black blood that comes with this one is just like the other one, then fine, whatever. Oh, what did they lose?
Exactly.
Like, they didn't lose anything.
Right.
Oh, they just probably have to keep a closer eye on Gwen. Mm-hmm. But if Gwen ended up dead, they would never get the thing from Talon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that might keep Gwen safe. Mm-hmm. But at that point, it's just like, whatever. But if they summon the Curie and the black blood that comes with it is nice, mm-hmm. and is actually on Talon's side and understands where she's coming from, and that not all humans are bad.
Right.
Then I think that black blood has the same damn knowledge as the other one. Mm-hmm. And if she takes this leap of faith and calls them forward, then she could have her own book of whatever the hell, right? But mm-hmm. it's not a book. Yeah. It is the person. They could just tell her the names.
Right.
So I just...
Yeah.
She just takes the chance. She's not going to lose anything.
Yeah.
There's a possibility of gain.
She needs to take the chance.
Right. There's more possibility of gain than there is of loss.
Right.
But, I mean, I think we hit on all the big points.
Pretty much.
But there is a huge point that was left that we haven't talked about. And that is a scene that I believe has started ships across the world.
scene with Gwen and Talon in bed. Fully clothed.
Yes.
Holding hands.
Yes.
As friends.
Yes. You know, looking into each other's eyes as friends.
I mean, hey, I'm not trying to say that nothing should happen, okay?
I mean, they would make a cute couple.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to say that, you know, that can't be something that could be possible.
Right.
Or a possibility. Because, you know, it's good to see representation in that way for characters and couples, for other people to be able to connect with it.
It made me laugh the second, like the second we saw Gwen laying on the bed, like she was in her nightgown, right? Laying on top of the covers. I'm like, oh shit. Like I just started like in my head.
And then they grabbed each other's hands.
Yeah, I was mentally laughing before Talon even rounded the
like
bed
she was all saying threesome with Garrett.
Yes.
And then they like grabbed hands, and I'm just like, yep.
Like, oh my gosh.
And like, you can be supportive. You can have a girlfriend and not have them be an actual girlfriend. Like, they can be a supportive friend for you, and you just hold hands because that's how you're expressing your support for them.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's people out there that are going to ship them as more than friends
now.
I
know that. And that's totally fine. Yeah. They're allowed to do that.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't be against it happening, and I wouldn't be against it not happening.
But, I mean, you can't not have somebody be with Garrett. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
well, I mean, okay, Gwen is a queen. She can have a consort.
She can.
And technically speaking, like, the rule of law back in that time...
But I don't think Talon would be for that.
Well, Talon doesn't like to really stay in one place.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, she's only staying there so she can help fight and everything. But I think that, like, once everything dies down, she'll set off on the road again.
Yeah.
Just for the kicks.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't know how Talon would feel about being the consort.
Right. But, I mean, it's not like... Like, that's really the only thing I see happening. If they got together, Talon would have to settle for consort. Because...
Oh, yeah, because Garrett is loyal to his queen.
Well, I mean, not just that. But look at the era or time frame in which they're going for.
Right.
I have not seen a single gay or lesbian character in that universe.
It's true.
And so...
And that's probably because they're trying to be realistic to the time.
Right. In which she has to marry a male.
Right.
So
not that there weren't homosexuals during that
they
time,
just did it in
there were.
Secret.
But it just was forbidden publicly.
Right.
So it was behind closed doors.
Right, which is, you know, where it would... I mean, Talon's not very emotional anywhere anyways, you know.
No.
She kind of just holds it all inside.
Right.
So she'd be fine hiding the fact that she's in love with someone.
Right.
And
I really do believe that she's in love with Garrett.
Yeah.
Maybe not in love, but
she really likes Garrett.
Not in love, per se, but she definitely has feelings for him.
He has more feelings for her than she does for him.
Yeah. He has feelings for both.
Yes, but more so for Talon.
For Talon, yeah.
Which is unfortunate, because he's never going to get her. Unless...
It can just be like a forbidden love thing. Like Arthur and Gwen.
They got each other in the end.
Yeah, and then he dies. Stupid Merlin.
Flash forward 100,000 some odd years. Merlin.
Why couldn't they have just ended it in season 4 when they got married and she became queen with him and they could have ruled the kingdom together and lived happily ever after?
Because they couldn't do the flash forward if that happened.
The flash forward that was totally unnecessary.
Pointless as hell. Oh.
Sorry for those of you that have not seen Merlin, but season 5 sucks butt.
Yeah. I mean, the season itself is okay.
It's alright.
It's the last 2 minutes of the finale that is shit.
I mean, season 5 isn't as great as the other seasons.
No, but it's not horrible.
But it's decent.
It's tolerable.
Yeah.
But
the last episode sucks.
Yeah. And the last 2 minutes suck even more.
Yeah. Because I was sitting there watching it.
There's no point to that.
And I was like, what is he even doing?
It's not like they're ever going to make a sequel.
I was like, what's even going on? Why is this even necessary?
Right? It's not like they're going to make Merlin when he's 80 looking.
They probably just want to give the illusion of like the old bearded wizard that everybody knows as a wizard,
Merlin.
as Merlin the
Right.
wizard. That's probably why. But it was still unnecessary.
Right? That kid that you watched grow up for 5 years is suddenly in your time zone.
I mean, they hinted at it a lot because they would have him disguised as like an old man.
Right.
So, it wasn't like it wasn't there. It was. But I just felt like that very last scene was super unnecessary.
It was.
So.
It's not like we're waiting for a new Camelot to arise.
No. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. It would be, I don't know. It'd be interesting. A black blood and a human. He's not necessarily.
What would their child come out as?
Is he royal?
No.
Right?
No.
He's just.
I mean, his dad is the sheriff of the Outpost.
Okay.
Like, that's as high up as his family goes.
Okay,
sheriff.
so he's basically just a commoner.
Right.
And she's a black
But he
blood.
was raised to knighthood.
Yeah, so he's a knight.
Right.
She's a black blood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, it would also be kind of like rare for a queen to marry somebody who is not of her standing. I mean, it happens.
I don't really know if there's another prince out there.
No, I know, but I'm just saying it happened sometimes, but it wasn't as common.
Right, I think it'd be more traditional for her to marry a baron. Just not that fucking baron. But I do think that her marrying a knight isn't unheard of.
No, it's not unheard of.
I mean, it's not that it's rare. It's
just not that common.
Right, but it's not like a once in every 10
Oh, yeah,
situation.
no, I didn't mean that. I just meant that you don't see it as often.
I would say maybe it's a 40, 40-60 situation.
Yeah.
But
regardless,
mm-hmm.
I want Talon and Garrett to be together.
What blood would their child have?
I have no idea.
Would their child have pointy ears?
Maybe.
Dude, what if their child came out with the black-tipped pointy ears but red blood?
Then it would be half black blood, half human.
But you can't be half black blood. If you have black blood, then you're a black blood.
It would just be black blood. They would just be that way by the ears, but not the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Or they wouldn't have the pointy ears and they'd have the black blood, and that would make them half human, half black blood.
Yeah. That would be more so.
Yeah.
Like,
that'd probably be more likely.
mm-hmm.
Because usually, when you pair two different together, it's half and mixed and everything.
Right.
So.
And I mean, technically speaking, since the baby grows within the mother, and in this case, the mother would be Talon, and so the baby would be getting all its nutrients from a black blood. And, like, the veins and the, like...
I like how you're just automatically like, they're not even together, but I wonder what their child would be like.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? The original blood source for a baby is the mother.
Yeah.
So,
because the placenta is where they get their nutrients and blood from.
We get our red blood from our mom.
Yeah.
So,
we're being grown.
Right. So the baby would automatically come out with black blood. It's just
Yeah,
would they come out with black ears?
So the way that it would be half human, half black blood, at least in my thinking, would be not have the pointy ears with the black tips and just be like look human but have black blood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, hey, I've seen Star Trek. I know that you can, have different races.
Yeah, you can crossbreed.
Crossbreed. B'Elanna wanted to alter her child's identity because she was going to be half Klingon and half human.
Well, she was going to be a third Klingon and 2/3 human. Come on, let's be real. She's half human, half Klingon herself.
Yeah.
So therefore, the child would not be half Klingon.
Klingon.
Like, the child would be 1/3.
Yeah.
So let's be real. The odds of the child coming out with face rigids.
But I mean, on the hologram that was shown to her, she did have them.
Yes, but the odds of that are significantly lowered.
Yeah. I think when the baby was born, though, in the last episode, she did.
Oh, probably.
Them. Like a little bit.
Yeah. I mean,
they weren't as pronounced.
Hers were, like, softer than a Klingon.
Right.
And then her child would have been even softer because she's 1/3, she's not half.
Right. But anyway, the whole point of her trying to do that was because she didn't want her to be, like, bullied and made fun of the way she was as a child.
Right.
So. But yeah, like, it's interesting to think about those things.
Yeah.
We'll see if it actually happens with Garrett and Talon, though.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to.
No.
Whatever.
Garrett has to get with Gwen.
A girl can dream, okay?
Yes.
I can ship them.
Yes,
doesn't mean it's gonna happen.
No, it doesn't.
Just like it's not gonna happen with Talon and Gwen.
Right. Just so you guys know, I do not ship Gwen and Garrett. Okay? I don't.
I don't like Gwen. That much. I mean, I don't hate her. She's just not a favorite.
I think that if she wasn't placed as queen, then she'd be an amazing character.
Yeah.
She just doesn't know how to handle herself.
Yeah, she doesn't know how to be queenly.
Right. I think that, like, if we did a flash forward 4 or 5 years from now, she'd have her shit together, and she'd be much more likable.
Yeah.
But right now you're seeing her as a rebel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she doesn't know what she's doing. She has no army. Right. She doesn't know how she's going to defend herself.
Yeah.
She doesn't know if she's going to survive the next month. Like,
it's true.
And she has no grasp of how to handle that because all the guys in her life that would know how to handle that are gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what to do.
I mean, Garrett would help her if he was there.
Yeah.
But he's not.
No.
And he's being
mindfuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to make sure I said it because I've been like bashing on the whole Talon Garrett thing. I don't ship Gwen and Garrett.
I've shipped Talon and Garrett from the beginning. From season 1. Okay. I've been wanting that to happen since season 1.
I wish I could, in clear conscience, ship them. Because they both like each other. He likes her more than Gwen.
Did you see the freaking tension in those scenes in season 1 when they were fighting each other? I mean,
their scenes made me happy when they were together.
I mean, damn.
His scenes with Gwen, I was like, you need to be with Talon.
Yeah.
But his loyalty to Gwen will outweigh it all.
Yeah, I know.
So whatever Gwen wants, Gwen will get from him.
Yeah.
He'll always long for Talon, but it won't happen.
Unless they just decide to do that.
Talon won't go behind Gwen's back.
Yeah.
She's not that type of person. She's a honest and loyal person.
But I do think that they should at least have, like, a talk or some type of, like, confrontation where they address it with them.
With Garrett?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, if it's not going to work out, then, hopefully they can still be friends and stuff like that.
Well, since nothing has really been said between them, I don't think they actually need that conversation.
Yeah.
because I think it's clear to Talon too that even though she probably knows that Garrett wants her, but she can see that it's not just that Gwen wants him, it's that Gwen needs him. She needs him to want her.
Yeah.
And Talon is her character is one that wouldn't allow her to step in front of that.
Yeah.
That she would want Garrett to make up his own mind, but his mind is made up that he's going to be there for Gwen whatever she needs whenever she needs it.
Right.
And she needs him. So she knows that she doesn't stand a chance with him unless things change and Gwen finds a new boyfriend.
Yeah.
I
mean, I like the fact that Gwen is standing up for herself against that guy.
Yes.
But she's just not a character that I really like a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't particularly like her. Because of...
I like some of her moments.
Yes, she has a lot of great moments. But her character... Like, she can't lead an outpost. How can she lead a country?
Right.
But at the same time, like... I get that people rose up against her father and killed her family. But... The thing is that the people that rose up, that rebelled against her family, have been doing a shit job.
Yeah.
And there's no one that people will get behind to retake the seat of power except her. She has no choice but to become queen.
Yeah.
It's the only way that people can get out from under the thumb of the three.
Right. Those three are creepy, man.
The freaking magic jewels in their head!
I was like...
What? Dude, I understood the fact that one guy was able to torture, freaking whatever his name is, right? With just looking at him with the activated bead in his head. But when they killed Garrett, and they had him laying on the table, and the girl in the center activated her jewel bead, I was like, what the hell? And then all of Garrett's injuries vanished, and I was like, oh, huh? Shit, she can heal. He can torture. What can the fat one do?
Right? Like, what's his job?
Oh my gosh. Like, you have the healer and the torturer. So what's left? Like, what the hell can he do?
I don't know.
Like, that.
Was she the only one with the jewel in her head?
No.
Oh, they all had them?
Well, I mean, 2 of the 3, so I'm assuming the fat one at the end did too.
Okay. Because
the first guy tortured the white-haired dude that brought Garrett in.
Right.
With the mind jewel in his head that was orange.
Father.
Fuck no.
No, but his father was the one who brought him in, right? He was the one, okay, he wasn't with the one that was
dude that he was about to behead when he got stabbed.
Okay.
Pay attention! The dude that has been trying to kill all of them from the beginning. He, like, why would his dad bring him to the 3 if they don't serve the 3?
I don't know, it just looked like the one who played his dad.
His dad doesn't have enough hair for a man bun ponytail on the top of his head.
True.
So, he was being tortured by the dude on the left. Through his orange gemstone.
Yeah.
And then the woman in the center has a green gemstone that fucking healed Garrett. So what the hell does the fat dude on the right have?
I don't know.
What color is his stone and what the hell can it do?
I don't know.
And where the bloody hell did they freaking get those gemstones? And how are they under the skin?
Maybe they have magic abilities. I don't know. Because
it didn't look like there was any cuts anywhere on their forehead. They just all look completely pasty as hell.
True.
So, how did they get the stones under their skin?
I do not know.
They snort them up like cocaine? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh. That might be an idea. Like, how do you get Calypso? You grow it inside the bodies of the grayskins, right?
Yeah.
Well, or not the grayskins. The grayskins are the other ones. Those are parasitic. I don't know what the fuck they're called. But you grow it within them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're only created because of the grayskins, right?
Mm-hmm.
How are the grayskins created? Because if they were there the whole time, then the original Black Bloods who fought the war against the humans wouldn't have been solely focused on the humans. Yeah. They would have had the grayskins as an enemy too.
Mm-hmm.
So the grayskins are a recent adaptation to the world.
Yeah.
So how were they created?
How do you think these people were created?
The fat dude on the end.
Tell us.
The fat dude on the end. His freaking gemstone is probably black and is like death or some shit.
Maybe.
I don't know. You have torture, healing, death. That makes sense. Right?
Yeah.
So. Ta-da.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. My mind keeps going back to Talon and Gwen on the bed.
We already talked about it.
I know. So... I'm done, because if I keep talking, I'll find a way to work back to that.
Let us know if you ship them.
I don't, but it'd be really cool. I desperately want to, but I know it's not a thing.
Let the fanfics commence.
I will read those.
I'm sure you will. So, probably on Monday, we're going to try to do some Comic-Con stuff about, like, the superhero shows.
I thought we were going to do that tonight.
Oh. I thought we were.
I don't know. Whatever.
Switch it.
So anyway.
I don't know.
You'll have the episode.
We'll either do it tonight or Monday.
Yeah. You'll have the videos up soon. So,
yeah. Regardless.
Our thoughts on what happened at Comic-Con last weekend.
Yeah, for, like, the Flash panel and, like, Supergirl and Arrow and stuff. She knows the Arrow stuff. I didn't watch any of the Arrow stuff.
I know the Arrow stuff.
I just watched the Flash and Supergirl stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then other things that I liked that aren't things we review.
Yeah. So, I guess
until next time, keep fighting for what you believe in.